Oh, shit. I pushed the go live button. I guess we're live now. For those of you watching the VOD, which is everybody that I'm talking to right now because nobody's going to be in chat yet, thank you for that. Thank you for all of your nice comments. Thank you for your follows. Thank you for your likes. Hey, Echo the Wizard. Orlan. Morlan. What am I doing? Oh, I'm starting Unity. Am I starting Unity? Am I done pulling? Okay, I'm done pulling. Cool. You were camping offline stream, so you're just waiting on this to happen? That's pretty cool. Not at all stalkery. What's going on? Hey, Chaz Solo, Theron, Dargis, DDJ, Zrel, EQOA Nostalgia, aka Nas, aka Nessie, Quixana, Jintaki, Jintoki. AKA the Loch Ness Monster. That works. Oh, I probably won't refer to you as often with a name like that. You're pining for a spot in the bottom of one of our lakes. I don't know that we could put you in any of our lakes yet. I don't know that we've got a lake big enough for you. Hey, Enoch. All right, that's the last bit of caffeine for the night. Do your job, caffeine. Yeah, DDJ. Love Robert's music. Excuse me. Feel spoiled sometimes when we're sitting in here and the music's just looping over and over. And I phase out because I'm paying attention to you and what's going on screen and stuff, and then the music will pop back into my head. It'll always be a different song or a different part of one of the longer tracks, and I'm like, damn. We're spoiled with all this wonderful music. Enoch said, Sad Boys was unable to hop in the test. Looks like it went amazing though. Congrats. Thank you. Yeah, it went really well. It was good. We're steady learning new stuff, making the game stronger, more powerful, more durable for you. So that when it's time to go live, it goes live. It doesn't go live and then we start figuring stuff out and fixing shit and all that. I mean, don't get me wrong, we'll always be fixing stuff for the rest of our lives. For as long as the game exists, we'll be fixing it. But it's always nice when you can go live and things mostly work, mostly quiet. Learned that from a very, very awesome producer that I worked with. In my opinion, the first real producer that I worked with. Mr. Robert Pfister on EverQuest. He tried to instill some good habits in us. All right. All right. That's part of what I pulled. Nice. Our new friend, Bilth, on the team has been doing some prop work. Starting to pull it together a bit. Oh yeah, the barrels have lids. Angel, nostalgic. Angel said, "I'm stuck at work, but wanted to pop in and say hi. Have a great stream." Thank you for that. And for your little dancing dinos. I hope you have a good day at work. If you get an extra minute, tell us what you do. Tell us what you do for work. I'm curious. Azure Blaze said, "Been enjoying the stress test immensely. Love the game so far." Thank you for that. And thanks for hanging out with us. Cornbread Plays Games says, "Taking off work on the 9th and 10th specifically for this. You all are doing an amazing job." Thank you. That's pretty cool. No pressure. No pressure for us. People taking time off work. We'll let you know as we get closer how things are looking. The absolute worst case for the 9th and 10th will be that it'll really just be kind of more of a technical stress test like the previous ones. But I mean, the last one Sunday was pretty fun, right? It's pretty stable. But that's like the worst case scenario. We're hoping to get it pretty tight. So really, like, I think the hard thing for us is going to be to message what we're doing with them. And because people are coming in, they're going to be, especially people that don't come to the streams or have watched the VODs or have done anything, read any of Discord, anything, they're just going to be like, "Bro, why is the game so broken, bro? Why is this game broken? It's in beta, bro." And we'll be like, yeah, we're just in development, but we wanted you guys to be able to come in and check out what we're doing a little bit and hang out and be cool with us, bro. And so then it's like a treat. It's a treat for us during development, right? Like it's it's not a weird thing if you're working at a company that's working agile, man. Sorry, this finger doesn't work at all. It's just done. It's done. I'm gonna have to get the old Surgerino on it. But yeah, working agile. And so usually when you have like a sprint review or milestone review, then you let the whole team or the whole company check out what you're working on. And you are our team. So that's what we're doing. We're just doing a little sprint review with you guys. So we won't be done. There's still lots of stuff to make. There's still a game to make. We're still very early, but we want to hang out with you. You teach writing lessons, Angel. That's pretty cool. You know what? After working at Star Stable, I've got a newfound appreciation for people in the equestrian arts. Why remove the finger when you can just get a smiley face tattoo and have a sidekick for streams? What if I remove the finger and get a smiley face tattoo on it and just keep it in a jar for streams? Let's see. OD562 said, "Question, will most vendors not wanting to buy trash drops be a normal thing? So you have to find a vendor that will buy low-level stuff, or will all vendors buy everything but at different prices? Because selling was a whole quest in test." You never know where we're going to land on it, but the current push for a number of reasons will be to make it so that the majority of vendors buy what they sell, what they're into, right? And some of them, there'll be some flex, right? Like a general goods kind of vendor may have a little more flex in certain areas, or adventure goods or whatever. You'll find some quirky vendors, but then we'll increase the number of like vendors that are similar to the Shifty Gnome. We were just talking about this actually. We'll make them a little bit easier to find as well. And they're going to rip you off, right? They're going to rip you off. But you can sell whatever to them. You're just going to get kind of shit prices. So everybody will identify them pretty easily, especially near the, newbie yards and stuff. And then people like my hero here, ChinnyD. If you have not watched ChinnyD's video on this very topic, whether he meant for it to be on the topic or not, hopefully Chinny will post it here in chat, and you should watch it. It is a fantastic video. Matter of fact, I kind of want to just watch it on stream. The thing that folks can do then is they can buy the items that you just got ripped off on, and then take them to the proper vendors and sell them and make more money. So they can arbitrage sort of the merchant, play like a merchant arbitrage game, right? And make cash. Yeah, so Chinny posted the link, and you guys really, really, really should watch that video. It's super cool what he did. Chinny, is it cool if I give it a summary of the video? I kind of want to do a react. It's weird saying do a react, but because it's, who am I and who cares about my reaction? So we'll get back to this topic 1 second. Let me catch up on chat, and then we'll come right back to this topic, because I honestly all day have been wanting to talk about ChinnyD's video. So Goblin showed some of his and Monty's environment work and said all the awesome stuff would 1 million% guaranteed be in by December. That's a quote. Sounds good, Oaknut. We'll hold them to it. There, Ron said, I had a great time during stress test. Kind of ruined me, and I can't bring myself to launch another game at the moment. Sunday was great. Had no performance issues. Tight. Well, we don't want to ruin you, because, it's going to take us a while, so. You got to play some other games. Justin says, wanted to pop in and say, hey, robot. Fun at 15%. No computer either. Man, I am sorry about your technical situation at the moment, buddy. Yeah, try Fire Stick and see if you can get Twitch on there. It's Amazon Fire Stick. They should have Twitch, for the love of goodness. Hey, Mika Bites. Yeah, so talking about the pinky. Yeah, no, seriously, I've got a appointment to talk to a surgeon like next month, or maybe the month after. Stuff's a little slow here. Yeah, and if they can't fix it with surgery, then I'm gonna be like, you need to get rid of that thing, because I'm way too active to have a stiff finger. But we're gonna go Yakuza style. Fabrizio said, I enjoyed the stress test despite my rig was boiling. You guys are great. Team respond to questions and stuff. Thank you, buddy. Sorry, we'll optimize. Hey John, what's going on? Let's see. Okay. Then Rediker said, hey robot, someone in Discord's asking about localization plans, specifically German. Any response I can give them? I mean, I would basically just say that as we've got the revenue coming in to cover our needs, and we're able to sort of split off some of that to to hit localization. Localization's been something we've talked about since the very beginning of the project. Because the idea is like, all right, we're making niche games. Well, can we, you know, every few thousand people that we can scrape together in different areas are more people that we can bring into the fold of our little community. But the reality is, localization done right costs cash. We might be able to figure something out at some point with, you know, some volunteers and this and that and all of that, but it gets tricky. But yeah. John said my finger did the opposite. I can bend it, fully bend it, but I can't straighten it. Could do surgery, but there's a risk scar tissue making it so I can't bend it fully. Not worth the risk. It's my right hand. Need that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the opposite I think is trigger finger, and then this is in German is called something like a swan neck deformity. I think it's just the opposite tendons are affected. So we'll see. Hopefully they can just do a little surgery and it gets, you know, my fingers don't work great, but at least it gets out of the way. No bullshit though. If they can't get it to move properly, then Jasmine thinks they won't do a elective amputation. And if that turns out to be the case, then we'll just have a very sterile accident at the garden, eh? Mm-hmm. And we'll get it fixed up. But I need this shit out the way. How can I go around punching sheetrock if my finger don't bend? Let's see. Sterile Accident is a great band. You can use it. I don't think my band starting days are over, so you get to keep that name. Sean's finger is a rare dropping game. I could see it. Enoch, yeah, I saw that a little bit earlier. Thanks, Pattis. I will assume that is not medical advice. Looking for something really fast. Yeah, so 2 videos. If you missed the stress test, 2 videos I definitely recommend you check out. There are more, but 2 that come to mind. Nathan Napalm did he streamed the whole thing, and honestly, Jasmine watched most of it, and then we started it we started it, and then I just kept listening to it as I was doing housework and other stuff, and listened to the whole thing. And then Nathan's got like a trimmed down, I think like 30 minute version of the stream, highlights from him and his guys running around, and it's fun to see them that excited. And then as I said earlier, ChinnyD's got his video, which, you know what, I should be working, but I want you to see this video. I should be working, but I want you to see this video. So you know what, I'm gonna go back up and find that link. Where is that?
Hey everyone, Monsters and Memories held a public stress test, and I wanted to make a video to show what I did during it. Obviously that starts with character creation. So humans can be anything. Archer, Bard, Beastmaster, Cleric, Druid, Elementalist, Enchanter, Fighter, Inquisitor, Monk, Necro, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Shadow Knight, Shaman, Spellblade, Wizard. I took a look through the available races, knowing that I would probably end up playing a Druid. Hey everyone, Monsters and Memories held a public stress test, and I wanted to make a video to show. So humans can be anything. Archer, Bard, Beastmaster, Cleric, Druid, Elementalist, Enchanter, Fighter, Inquisitor, Monk, Necro, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Shadow Knight, Shaman, Spellblade, Wizard. I took a look through the available races, knowing that I would probably end up playing a druid. Select traits. Now this is cool.
But you realize we're stealing views from ChinnyD right now, right? So you've actually got to click on the link and give him views as well. But then you're not going to watch all the way through. I don't know that I should do this. Spamlings in KIC Volmit, thank you for the follows. Streamlabs, thank you for not notifying me of the follows still. I don't know what, like, it just stopped working, and then the other day it started working again for like 1 day, and now it stopped again. Okay.
Agile. Agility increased by 5%. Active your agility is increased by 50% for 15 seconds. Alchemist. Makes your character better at alchemy. Your alchemy skill
As your
increases
blades, thank you
25%
for
faster.
the
You
follow.
also start with an alchemist bag. This is similar for blacksmith. You start with the ChinnyD's hammer and chisel. Bronze. Strength increased by 5%. Active. Your strength is increased by 50%.
Man, look at your fancy room back there. I feel if I turned off the green screen right now, I'm in such a janky little room. Look at you. You're pretty fancy. Who did the patcher low screen art? Goblin did. Did we get the data we were looking for? Waldo, we did. We did. Your office is such a hot mess. Mine's actually kind of sketchy looking. It's kind of just weird shit all over the place. It looks like I'm about to pack up. Well, I've actually got a couple bags. I'm going to grab my go bags and disappear into the woods. Cornbread, no need to apologize for that.
Percent for 15 seconds. So you get an active ability with this stuff. That's cool. And there were a ton of different traits to pick from. Fisherman, Fletcher, Forage, Infravision, Intelligent, Jewel Crafter, Leatherworker, Lumberjack. I did eventually decide on what traits to use. Okay, we're done. We're finally going in. No! After all that work, I made a Beastmaster? Are you kidding me? So I quickly went through and made the character again. Okay, and now I'm a druid.
I did that shit the other day on stream, and you guys immediately called me out for it. It's like I was like, I even named it as like Sean Paladin, and then they're like, yeah, that's not a paladin, dude. Embarrassing. At least you got to edit that part out. Will there be lootable chests, or do we have to use a look feature to loot things from bookshelves and stuff? We might put lootable chests in some form or fashion, but then those things aren't mutually exclusive. And the look feature, I don't know, did you see all of the commands here? I'll give you a link to the quick start guide. And you can see there's a bunch of verbs that you can look, and look usually leads to inspect. Inspect, you can pry, rub, pull, taste, smell, all the good ones.
Goblin Druid. Enter world. Okay. Whew. And I finally spawn into the world. Listen to the little ha when I jump. Similar to EverQuest, you start with some scrolls and a letter that tells you to visit your class trainer. You've been chosen to join the Circle of Scarce Rains. Make haste. Bring this to the quartermaster or the headmaster in Saltbreeze Park. After killing a few mobs, I headed off to look for the trainer. Maybe, oh my god, right here.
Yeah, we're still getting some lighting in and stuff.
Okay, and I got potentially a better shirt, AC2. Then I did the normal thing, killed some mobs, explored for a bit. That is until I found my calling. What if I started a Goblin Only group? And this is when I really started acting like a goblin. So,
and the reason why I'm really focused in on this video, and spoilers. One, it was this interesting transition. It's like, all right, 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 37 seconds into the video, it's like, you created a mission for yourself, Chinny. It was like, you're like, all right, I want to do this. I want to do this thing that is not necessarily just going out and leveling or exploring. It was just a completely tangential kind of mission, which I really appreciate. And then the way that he goes about achieving this is, it really stood out to me. I was very excited about it.
Yes, I know that you worked hard killing that, but I want to take the loot. Cannot loot that corpse at this time. You cannot loot that corpse at this time. What's this? Yoink. A rat tooth. Don't mind if I do. Bone chips.
I think
Really
Ali
want
said
those.
this was the first
Dude,
player
there's
guild.
actually just goblins everywhere. Whoa, look at this one with the claw. It's a shaman, I guess? Wait, what? What? I just found a cracked staff just sitting on the ground? See, this is why you loot everything that everyone skips.
Looting everything
When I
is so
finally had some
goblin-y.
loot to sell, I looked for merchants. But in this game, they only buy items in the category that they sell. Okay, well, he doesn't want any of this. Okay, so we can sell... Yes. So this guy wants food items, and for some reason we can do all of the meat and teeth and stuff here. I eventually decided that maybe I should get a group together, with one catch. We're probably better off just going out in front of the city and just going out there and grouping with whoever's around. And I'm only inviting goblins.
Love it.
I made my way to the front of Night Harbor, but with the help of chat, we got a better idea. You can use / out of character to ask where to make a guild. You need a couple silver. That's actually a good idea. I was thinking of making like a goblin chat channel, but what I like even more about the guild is it's right in front of everyone's face.
We're soldiers.
Anyone want to throw together a few silver to start a guild? But they won't have to know that it's a goblin only guild. Thanks for the money, friend. You know,
Love it.
I'm gonna try to get a goblin guild together
So
the best
shady.
way I know how. By just looting stuff off the ground.
There he goes.
And of course I had to periodically vendor everything. Wing, meat. Eventually, I saw an idea in Discord about buying from a shifty gnome and selling his goods to the correct merchants for profit, so I decided to try that.
This
Bat
works.
fur. I bought bat fur for 2 copper each. Whatever, we'll buy bat wings for a copper. Let's see if this works. And I made my way to sell the goods from Shifty.
You're running all the way across
It
the zone.
worked.
It's wild.
He's buying it at 3 copper each.
There's a spoilers. There's a night market, and the even crazier part is the inn that's even closer to the western gate than Shifty is. They've got cooks in there. They'll buy this stuff.
It works. Now I had a plan. I'll keep buying from Shifty and selling to other merchants until I have enough to start a guild. Yeah, I forgot to do this again too. So if I go to Shifty, I say, hail. Shifty gnome takes a look around and then looks at you with a half grin. What can we do for each other, friend? You know, I might have some work for you. Work? Question mark. So you're looking to help a gnome with something? Yes. Wonderful. Bundle it up once it's full, just so you don't lose any scraps. So now I got another bag. I got Shifty's scrap pack, and this bag has 6 slots in it. That is a big deal.
That is a big
13
deal.
bat wings. We'll buy that.
Do you guys
We're
think
gonna
that-
experiment a little? Crocodile.
Do you guys think that bag should only allow scraps in it? What do you think? That's such a powerful bag.
I had 2 of them.
Justin Beard, that is awesome to hear that you're at least able to watch on the Fire Stick and you got a new phone coming.
Jackal pelts. Raw rat meat, 35 of them. That's a lot. Raw crocodile meat. I'm sure that'll sell.
Boom.
And back to the merchants to sell. So the crocodile hide I bought for 8 copper and I'm selling for 12. Okay, this is really a big deal. Okay, it's still profit. The crack staff was a great deal. The axe we bought for 59 sold for 87, so that's pretty cool. Now that coin was flowing in, I wanted to figure out how I make a guild. Anyone know where to create a guild? I asked in game chat a few times, but no one seemed to have an answer. So for now, I'll keep making money.
For now, I'll keep making money.
Someone in chat told me about a closer merchant at the garrison, so I tried
ChinnyD, level 1, richest man on the server.
to find him. Quartermaster's office. He certainly sells a bunch of weapons. This is a little bit closer than the other guy. Oh, and I also found these guys at the garrison. This guy is for hardcore mode. So if you talk to this guy and proceed with it, you can become hardcore. And so this guy's probably for self-found. Yep, it is. So I went back and forth from...
Don't laugh, ChinnyD. My guild recruited... So we were, you know, humble brag. We were #1 guild on my server. I had nothing to do with that because I was like 7th warrior in the rotation. I was basically a rogue without backstab. I sucked. I was just there because I was just in the guild getting carried because I was a developer and it let me see what the real players were doing. But anyway, we recruited a level like 15 or 16 or something Vashir named Trade Cats, who was the 2nd richest person on the server because all he did all day was sell items, buy and sell items. And it's such a rad thing. So seeing this straight out the gate, it was super cool.
From a shifty gnome to merchants buying and selling for a while.
I got a confession.
I've
actually done this on our test, like on our developer server. I've actually spent a ridiculous amount of time doing this just so I could see what all badass stuff I could buy.
Looking for a guild registrar, and I found a suspicious salesman with a full inventory waiting to be sold. Just know that I edited out even more trips of selling my inventory than I'm showing you. In my trip to the other side of Night Harbor, I heard that the guild registrar was near one of the banks, so I went to look for it. Guild person might be over here, maybe. Look in game chat, bottom right, relinquish. Where'd they go? Hail. They said follow.
Get the microphone off your face.
Thank you. An guild registrar. Chat, the name of the guild, Mind Goblins. Oh no. That's funny. Nose goblins. Why? Mind goblins is so you can say Mind Goblin D's nuts. But what's nose goblins? It's a nickname for boogers. All right, I'm gonna be really boring and disappoint everyone. I'm sorry. Only goblins.
That's a great name.
You are now the leader of Only Goblins. Invite players using guild invite command. Oh my god, oh my god. Rise up, goblins. Let's go. Guild
Dude, we saw these little lunatics everywhere.
Liar. He's in. Only Goblins, let's go.
Jasmine was sitting next to me off camera during this stress test and just laughing at all the Only Goblins running around everywhere. She was... she thought it was adorable.
Hey, goblins! Guild invite. Guild invite.
Fresh avocado.
That's a gnome. Get out of here. And at this point, I pretty much
Get
just
outta
went
here.
around recruiting all the goblins, like we're putting together some kind of secret society of mischief or something. Raslo, guild invite. Rumi, guild invite. Oh yes, we're spreading. Oh yes, that's right. Join it. Yes! And we really got a ton of goblins. Guild invite. Yeah!
Great music choice for all of this.
I want everybody on the server to look around and every time they see a goblin, they're like, why do they all have a guild? What are they doing? What's going on in there?
That's exactly what happened. Oh, I'll catch up on the comments above about trading and stuff right after this.
No, he just died. His name's Elusive Gardener. He wasn't very elusive. Sorry.
Sorry, Elusive Gardener.
Man. Well, typical goblin fashion, you then come through and finish it off with the 1 or 2 hits it has left. Elusive Gardener, you need buffs. You're gonna die again. Good luck.
People just going right through the world. Oopses.
We've got a massive guild.
Good way to test the guild
These are all
functionality.
goblins.
Look at
That's a
all
lot
of
of
you in there.
I was happy with the amount of goblins we had, and I really wanted to get everybody together to do something stupid, but it didn't work out. The devs had a red dragon appear before the server went down, so we got a finale, even though there wasn't a goblin uprising yet. Yeah, there he is.
Oh my god, goblins are idiots. Sorry, goblin.
Gobbles already claim dragon loot. Oh, look it! One of the metal nodes is right here. I didn't know they were in the game. You can mine this. Sick.
So
It's getting low.
let me know if this is accurate, ChinnyD. When you were looking at that, did you immediately start thinking about, okay, we'll assign some goblins to start mining. We'll have other goblins running back and forth from the vendors. Do you already have your operational sort of like blueprint in mind?
You cannot loot that corpse at this time. Spamming it. The loot message did eventually say someone else was looting, and that was the end of the stress test. Again, sorry that all that buildup didn't lead to some goblin grand finale, but I have to say it was pretty awesome seeing that many running around in only goblins. And I'm pretty sure we were the only guild on the server other than the devs. This is my first time making a video like this, so if you actually enjoyed it, do all that YouTube stuff, thumbs up, comment, yada yada. Let me know if I should do it again sometime. And if you're ever on Twitch, I stream every weekend. I'll link my channel below for you. Thanks again.
So yeah, that was super cute. I thoroughly enjoyed that. As wholesome as a goblin video could be. So yeah. Thanks, Nick. No, man, it was cool of you to make the video. Honestly, it was one of those things. It's just like, watched that over coffee this morning while I was still in bed, and it gave me energy. I can't remember, Nick or somebody, probably Nick, posted in our Slack, and I was just like, oh shit, that's cool. All right, so some of the things you guys were saying above that I missed, I wasn't blowing them off, but I was trying not to stop the video too many times. Does Shifty Gnome have a limited amount of supplies that refresh over time or unlimited? Braxis, those are all items that people sold to him. He's got a limited, well, he doesn't have a limited, but he's got an inventory of items, but it's not that stuff. So that's really just about setting it up so that they're easy to identify, like dumpster diving points where you can go and check out what these guys got, and then we can because the type of vendor that like Shifty and we'll have more of them in they give you such a low amount of coin out that I think the math actually adds up to the amount that they paid the person for it, and then the amount that you get after you buy it and then sell it to the vendor still puts less coin into the economy than if you had just sold it to the proper vendor in the first place. I think that's accurate. I'm fairly certain that's accurate. Trash flipping. Is that an actual... I guess that's an actual term. I'm sure there's probably like a TV show about trash flipping on some... like the Learning Channel. Today on Trash Flippers. It's like garage sailing. Reselling. But yeah, so the thing that I'm really curious about is whether or not we can, because it gets into the comments. Uptown Coyote was saying, this is what MMO means to me, players with vastly different playstyles and interests sharing a single persistent world. The closer we get to having different things for those players to do that actually feed into each other or make life easier or somehow provide value to each other, the better of a game we'll have, right? Because you know, a lot of what we put in a multifaceted player can do, right? Like, it's not like we're saying these things are mutually exclusive. So you can be an adventurer who also knows all the best fishing spots and the best timings on that, and knows where the crazy ores are, and you're a trade skiller, and you're good at muling stuff as a merchant, and you know, like, you could do all of these things. So it's not like you can just pick one of these. But as we put these different pieces in, I would think that the hope would be that we can make them feel robust enough and enjoyable enough that for people that really want to focus in those areas and contribute to a guild or contribute to, you know, the sort of local ecosystem and economy, it would be fantastic if we find a way without, you know, breaking the bank in terms of feature creep and, you know, just getting up our own ass with regards to intricate philosophical paper design and stuff that doesn't work, or any of that stuff. If we can avoid the pitfalls and put in some nice, you know, relatively simple systems that work well with each other and have some good depth, then for me personally, that seems pretty exciting, because I know there are a lot of people that want to, you know, be a part of a bigger, more interesting, more hardcore world, even if they are more casual and less hardcore people. So what is you guys' stance on time sinks for content, like long key quests based on rare drops or faction grinds? We're pretty okay with them. Matter of fact, spending a lot of time sitting together, grinding on stream and grinding, well, even off stream sometimes, early on before we started the game, is part of what's got us started on the game and got us thinking, we should make this game. Are these modeled? Oh, yeah, right. Will the dungeon by the ocean be available on December 9th? Somebody else asked about what's going to be available on December 9th, and I missed it up there, but I remember seeing it. So, like, is there going to be a bunch more content and blah, blah, blah for December 9th? Nope. We're focused on just continuing to make the stuff that we have, work and be more polished. There'll be some new stuff for sure that you haven't seen. But those of you that have been around for a while, you've gotten a feel for kind of our pace, and and I've said this a fair number of times to people in the past that I think sometimes there's always the risk that there are a lot of folks out there that are like, oh, it's cool that you're showing us this stuff. We assume that you've gotten the entire rest of the world built as well, and you're just not showing it, and that's not the case. And we want to make sure that we temper expectations. There's naturally stuff that we're working on that you don't see just because there's a lot of work going on and a lot of stuff around. For example, you guys probably haven't seen a lot of this area of Night Harbor. You're welcome, Spamlings. But this is going to be a fun area. And this will be a dangerous area. Danger zone, Lana. There's some KOS guards a little bit further down. You can run into them on this island, spoiler, in there. Yeah, that was an Archer reference. Do you want ants, Malist? Because Archer references is how we get ants. Man, this place is going to be fun. Yeah, sorry to all the elementalists that we sent to their deaths on that quest. The quest is being moved. The quest was here. Azure Blaze 77, I apologize. 26 minutes ago, you hit follow. I don't think I said thank you. Bryony, thank you for the follow. Again, at some point, I'm going to figure out what is going on with my alert box not working anymore. Let's see if we can figure that out real quick. Oh, I know why. I know why. I know why. Next person to follow will prove whether or not that was actually what happened. There we go. We'll not discuss what was broken. Yeah, so it was funny during the stream I came over here to check, and the entire bridge was covered in dead bodies. And the really funny thing about this, it's just I'm not joking at all. There are dead bodies up on the sides of it. There are dead bodies all over here. I think there might have been some dead bodies down there. It was just covered in dead bodies. I'd have to go back and check the VOD. I might have, while we were standing there watching, like just looking at the massacre that was on there, somebody might have even run up there and got killed again. And the best part, Burgie Media, thank you for the follow. The best part of all of this is there's 2 guards here normally. Let me actually hop in here. There are 2 guards here normally. Falling damage is in the game, but when we were messing with the character controller, it was causing you to fall in some really interesting situations. And we turned it off because it's not fun for everybody to randomly just die all over the place. I'm not sure when we're putting it back in. But yeah, the fun part about that bridge is the guard every 30 seconds, if somebody's within his awareness radius, will actually say, "Do not come here. We'll kill you," or something along those lines. So it's not even like at least one of those people had to have gotten a warning. Look at your chat box, folks. You saw the guard's warning after he killed me, was too busy looking in front of me. Was watching Discord and running around. A man called Noah said, "Check thyself before thou wreckest thyself." Yes. That's what the guard said. I mean, they warned you. Chickadee check yourself. Okay, let me get this playlist going again. Switching accounts, busted it. It was telling me that we didn't have any playlists. I was like, I know for a fact that is bullshit. Had to refresh. Okay. Will I be able to stream the game via Discord? That is completely up to you, I guess? There's nothing that we'd be doing to prevent you from being able to stream on Discord, right? Looking nice with the fire pots, with the how do you pronounce it? Is it brazier or brazier? Is it brazier? Brazier. Brazier. Oh shit. That boat's looking official with some lights on it. Isn't that a woman, a thing women wear? Unless it's I think it's the Manzier was the one from Seinfeld. Character silhouette in the dark looks like Darth Vader. Is it the it's the part here on the hood, huh? That gives us a little bit of the Darth. Looking good, Bilth. Look at how the Look at how getting some props in here starts to bring the thing to life. We'll have to look at offsetting the flicker on these a little bit. There should be a random on these. I think the torches have a random, maybe. I wonder if these. Let's take a look. Here are the guys. Here are the guys. Here, we'll see if we can make it. We'll come back. But first, we'll go visit these guys. Wonder if they have lightsabers in game? No, we don't. And if we did, we'd have to call them something else, I think. All right. In all fairness, he is a little slow to fire that off, but a pale guard, Khan, sees at you ready to strike. Illumination Katana, ye old glowy Vorpal sword. He says, keep your distance. Visitors are not welcome here. It's in the name, a pale guard. It seems like it's a little off, right? It doesn't, it doesn't seem like he's a normal. So Nomely fan said, I think part of it was people weren't expecting mobs in town. Yeah, so we're getting more and more of those in now. Let me check this out and see what's going on with it. Yeah, there already there's always been a few places where you could just get killed in an alleyway. Now, some of the mobs that were just passing through town, I think that might have just been part of the lag, but the general sort of this town is dangerous and there are different factions. Because, you know, you never know. You, at some point, might actually be able to befriend those strange pale guards. Is it supposed to be like Mos Eisley, Scum, and Villainy Hum? I wouldn't just say scum. I mean, it's one of those, it's one of those places where all sorts of people congregate. It's cosmopolitan, yes. Okay, flicker. Let's see. Yeah, don't, So this one doesn't have a random on it. Let's see, is there where's a normal torch? Because I can't remember. I think the torches are doing it as well in sync. Okay, cool. Let's see. Fat Poops, I am sorry you missed the stretch test, buddy. Zarkin, yeah, I just never mind it. I never think about it, so I've never really hidden it. Cypher said, hey, Sean Chad, good to see a good amount of people on your channel. I was busy this weekend, but enjoyed the 10 minutes of playtime. I'm making time in December for sure. Right on. Yeah, I thought I saw you in there. Saw 500 peeps on the server at one time. Yeah, I mean, so it was less about a server load thing. It was more about the number of people we were getting in one zone. So when we had 500 people in on the like server count, when you see that in the VOD or whatever, probably 480. I would think at least 470, 480 of them were in one zone. So, and then the next day, Ali made some tweaks. The guys got together, they made some tweaks, and then, I think we rode around like 300 or something like that, and things were a lot better. So, I mean, ultimately, we're gonna look at trying to have, you know, just a couple few hundred in a zone. If we find that for whatever reason, just because we're maybe, you know, Ollie's pretty confident that we can just keep going with Night Harbor being one big zone. I think Ollie said we've got like over 2,000 entities in the zone, plus the players. So, I mean, there's a lot going on in this zone, right? This is a massive zone, and it's all one zone as opposed to being subdivided. We can, in theory, fairly easily come in and subdivide Night Harbor into multiple zones if we need to. That's always in our back pocket, and we've thought about it. You know, got a rough idea where we'd put zone lines and all that stuff if we need to. But Ollie likes the challenge, I guess. Let's see, how are you managing frame rate? Yeah, so the biggest hit that we were seeing for us and for all of you is frame rate, and so we'll be looking at everywhere where we can optimize that. Ollie was saying that the frame rate issue wasn't a GPU issue, is more of a CPU issue. We've got a lot going on with regards to animations and a bunch of other stuff that we feel that we can optimize. And so we'll be looking at improving frame rate for the December playtest as well. Already waiting. Thank you for the follow. So those of you, so Burgie Media asked, how are you managing frame rate? That's my biggest struggle with Unity. If you can share, we're always happy to share what we're doing. Technically, I don't think there's very much that we don't share. We may have one or two things that we keep in our wallet for later. But if you hit us up on Discord, hit up the tech guys, ping Ollie. If you're not in our Discord, that's a link right there. But you know, hit us up, and as people have time, we try to answer questions. I mean, we've posted pretty detailed answers about server configurations and which ones worked best for us during the last stress test. If you check our updates, and ones like stress test results or something from the April stress test, we post technical details. When people have questions about like our networking layer or any of that stuff, we try to answer it as much as possible. So, you know, we'll see. We may find that that's not the best way to make a game, but you know, for the time being, we're pretty much just thinking that we'll just keep making the game, and eventually people will like it or not. We don't have to like play some knee-high spy secret sleuth kind of like, those are our secrets, man, it's gonna make all the difference. You know, the secret is we need to make a, you know, game that's fun, which you guys are helping us do, and then we need to make a shitload of it. Taldarion said, love the progress you guys are making on this game. I hope this will be like the old school RuneScape player base after release. OSRS doesn't lose players, but instead people just take short breaks and return when they want, and when they want, instead of quitting entirely, which is why it's still one of the most loved MMORPGs. I hope M&M will have a dedicated player base like that. I hope so too, but that's very nice of you to say. Yeah, that was an interesting thing on EQ. Whenever a new MMO came out, we would see a dip in our concurrence. So we would watch, and at the time our metrics were pretty crude on the team at least. So we knew like our churn rate month over month, and we knew our concurrence, and we knew our sub count. It's pretty simple. And we would see our concurrent users dip down a fair bit for like a month and a half, and it would just come right back up when they got tired of it or felt like they're missing out, or if we had an expansion going or whatever. But we didn't see a dip in our subscriptions. Yep. We maintain like a 2% churn rate back then, which was, you know, pretty good. What will you guys be looking for during the playtest in December? Just playing the game in general? Yep, Zarkin. It's mainly just, it's going to be us seeing if our optimizations are holding up. It's going to be us seeing if I mean, it's mostly we wanted to polish something up and be able to give you guys a treat. It's coming to the end of the year. It's, you know what I mean? Like, it's been a big year for us. It'll be a cool way to close out the year. Like I said earlier in the stream, we don't want people to get the wrong idea and think, oh man, look at that up there, that's cool. Oh my gosh, I love seeing them walking around with their lights. The goal is to get in, have some fun, have some things polished up for you. We want to impress you in a couple of areas, but you know the game is still in development, very much in development. You don't want people to think, oh my gosh, look up there, that's cool. Why wouldn't? But yeah, so we want, we want you to come in and just have a good time and enjoy the game that weekend for a bit. And then just realize that we'll, you know, as the holidays are wind down and we go into 2024, then we'll get back to making more stuff and adding some more features and just generally, man, that looks real cool already. Just a bit that Bill's put in here recently is nice. LOL, you started a thought, got distracted by seeing something cool. I thought it was just the juxtaposition was, dude, you've seen me on stream, right? Like, I'm basically a moth. Taldarian, I have no idea. That's an Ollie question. Zaravar said Unity lights seem to eat up a bunch of FPS even when off screen. You may want to write a system to call when you're a certain distance away. I thought we already had that written up. You have to confirm with either our tech guys or with Pattis or someone. The fact that two separate thoughts flowed together to create a coherent sentence and then sent the opposite message you intended. It's great timing. It's the story of my life, man. EQOA Nostalgia, were you the one that asked earlier if people found every zone during the stress test? That was someone else? Okay. That was Normally Fans? Alright. I think so. I think so. People have been pretty much everywhere. I'm pretty certain. The only place people haven't been maybe is our little developer customer service kind of CS home zone. Is there a giant sandworm in the glass flats or Sarlacc pit? Cannot tell you. Spoilers. Did anyone get into Deep Dunes? Yes. The first stress test, Super Bits and Bob wound up being down there for a while, and then this second stress test, Nathan and his group went through there. Zarkin asked, are there any other ways to level up besides killing stuff? Nope. At the moment, the only way to level is killing stuff. And it's probably going to stay that way. But if it changes, we'll let you know. Okay. So we are 1 hour and 12 minutes in, and I will... Ooh, you could always purchase 1,000,000 bone chips, but that'll take you a while, Zukin said. That's true. You might be able to... Yeah, if you're a super master trader or the head of a goblin cartel like ChinnyD's is, then you might be able to accumulate enough wealth just to level off of quest turn-ins. Ruby-doo! Thank you for the follow. Enigmatic Commander? No. Try. Oh man, the C. I used the C twice. Enigmatic Dream. Oh, it's close though. I appreciate you saying that. Said the Ultravision at night looked amazing with the glowing skeleton eyes, fire beetles, etc. Yeah, it's really cool already. Like the work that's been done is already really really badass. Good job. I'm always afraid to say it because I don't want to mess it up. So then I say Chip instead. Good job, Zillith. Zillith was in here earlier. You can thank him directly. Running around to see. Will there be more than one night vision? Yes. I think there are already 2 options, but we'll be working to differentiate them some more. Do the boats take you to new zones yet? The boats will take you to a different zone. So we've currently got a boat between Night Harbor and Shaded Dunes. One of the things on my list to learn from Ollie is how to get the boat set up properly. I added a boat. It's just sitting out there doing nothing though. If you see a boat at the bottom of the staff there. Have you thought about going completely insane with night vision types or with vision types like EQ2 did? A little bit. Wasn't there a boat in town at one point? Yes, a boat did sail through town when things got kind of especially laggy. Will there be boats players can captain? Borluck asked. Yes. We are wanting to explore that. It may not be free form, take your boat wherever you want it to go, but owning a boat and doing some things with it has been on our list. Ruby-doo said, hello. Coworker let me know about this project. He knew I was a huge EQ fan. Haven't dug in much yet to the details, but loving the visuals. Oh, right on. Do you have a link to our Discord? May I interest you in a link to our mailing list? We have 400 and, I don't know, like 30 videos posted on YouTube. If you want to skip around and see some stuff, you can see environment art, character art, concept art. You can see me mainly just sort of doing the stream of consciousness thing and not getting any work done. I thought I saw on character creation screens that dwarves could be elementalists, but in the new M&M site, that isn't a listed class for them. Is the site out of date? Or might some of the stuff in game be removed as options? Oh, I'd have to look. I'd have to look at the old list on Confluence, like the master list on Confluence to see. Will there be mailboxes and easier ways to transfer loot on to other characters? Spamlings, we'll have to talk about that one later. Cross said, I was able to make a dwarf wizard. I'm fairly certain elementalist was an option too. Dwarf wizard is correct. I may be ending the stream. No. But I don't want to tackle the topic of mailboxes and all the various ways of transferring between characters quite yet. Let me look and see what's up with that race class combo. Class. Classes. Dwarf. Spellblade. Enchanter. Wizard, Bard, Rogue, Ranger, Fighter, Cleric, Paladin. I have to see if we made a change for some reason, if I'm out of date, if the Confluence is out of date. Had newfound appreciation for just how harsh death can be in that place. Where's that? Wormsbane? Yeah, it's... I mean, guys, you're gonna die sometimes. And definitely, it was interesting seeing some of the response and some of the thoughts on, like, death penalties and stuff. And I think... I'm purposely trying to avoid starting stuff with I think. It's coming out of my mouth, obviously. It's what I think. The idea is to make certain things tough, a little shitty, a little rough. But yes, I think, in my humble opinion, Zukin, that the fun part will be giving a variety of different options for folks to be able to recover from catastrophic failure. But we need to have a nice sort of basis for that is built in, rooted in the potential for catastrophe. Oh, hell yeah. Look at Bill making this place fancy. The real Nathan Napalm, is it really you? Zukin, yeah, I'm talking about death penalty. Badass, man. Was talking about you earlier. Was telling folks we watched ChinnyD's Goblin video just because it's ridiculously... It was just such an interesting thing to have done for that session, right? The approach was one that was really fun, and it was doing some stuff that we've been telling people about before, but and then I mentioned I watched your full stream. It was crazy watching 5 hours, but started with my wife and having a great time, and then she had to do other stuff, and I finished it. Watching you guys running around was fantastic. Just very, very energizing. I'm glad that you guys had fun and explored the way you did. I thought it was hilarious though when you guys got into Vale of Zintar and the goblins, like, welcome to Goblin City or whatever it was. It's just like, holy shit, goblins are hilarious. I've claimed this. Of course you did. But yeah, so then dude, no, I believe you. You seem to authentically really dig what's going on. So appreciate that, buddy. It's fun to watch you get excited. So Zukin said, I observed a bunch of folks talking about how harsh death penalty was, spellbook and everything. Zukin, are you talking about Nathan and his group again? I see you in there when I'm watching the Nathan videos. I see your name in there. I see you answering questions, Zukin. So yeah, we're not going to lighten up on things like the death penalty. If anything, there may be ways where we're like, I know you said it's not a deal breaker. I know that is fair that you mentioned it. I don't want to make it sound like you said anything to the contrary. But I wanted to say while I was watching the video, because I watched the full stream and then I watched your recap video. And then I was watching you play because I was like, I felt bad. Recently, I was talking to Sparrow about the Embers Adrift folks, and I want to get to meet them and talk to them and stuff. I think it'd be really cool. But I keep talking about the fact that I feel really bad that like I haven't played. I've just been watching videos. So I was watching you play some EA over coffee this morning, I think, and there you were. You're still saying nice things about us, which was nice. But yeah, you're talking about the death penalty and stuff. And so the thoughts on the death penalty are that, you know, it's harsh. Leaving all your gear, being naked's harsh. Being naked in front of a mirror is harsh. Being naked in front of a bunch of mirrors. In a department store when you're not even supposed to be naked, super harsh. Probably not going to go that hard, but leaving your spell book and all that stuff is tough. When we put mounts in, your mount being able to be killed or your pack animal being able to be killed, that's harsh. And you know, there'll continue to be things like that suck. But the reason why we're putting it in is so that we can put in a bunch of different ways for you to mitigate and recover from those things. And we will probably put in more different ways to recover from those things than you're expecting. Right? So, you know what I mean? Nick just hit on one. Nick said, just bring a druid for animal res, right? So that's the thing. If your pack animal dies or your mount dies, then that opens a whole line of like druid or maybe shaman. I don't know, Nick, but you know what I mean? Can you teach your mount to feign death? I think you should be allowed to teach your mount to feign death because there are some pretty badass horses. I watched a video the other day with Jasmine about a horse who every time his new owner tries to make him do work, he feigns death. You can find this video. The horse he'll have his eyes open and his tongue out, everything. Every time they try to make him work. And so then he, whenever they're like, okay, you don't have to work anymore, he hops back up and he just does his thing. We just watched that video, so I think it makes perfect sense. Hey Brex, what's up, buddy? Players will eventually love you for the harshness. Tough love, man. Dargith, I think so. Especially when we get these different things in that make it so that your character brings some value, right? Like all of the tools that we put in to mitigate the problems that we put before you are things that then hopefully either allow you to engage more with other players or allow you to engage more with the world. Tetra Knight US, good morning. Oaknut said, yeah, true judgment can't be given until the methods of recovery, especially for catastrophes are seen. Open world spatialist recovery is easy if you just know where you are and how you go there. Yeah. And then, I mean, and we can put in better spells and better implements for you to, you know, find your corpse again, right? In a number of different ways. I don't know, like, just pull one out of my ass right now. It's like Spirit Flare. Right, and if if someone casts Spirit Flare or you use a scroll of Spirit Flare or whatever it is, then you see a flare, a spirit-like flare, come up from where your corpse was. So if you're lost way the F out in the field somewhere, maybe that helps you, right? Like, I don't know, I just made that up. Not even a good idea necessarily, but if anything, you guys are looking at some of these you know, some of the death penalty and stuff like that, and you're like, oh man, this may be too hard. We're sitting over here going, ah man, maybe we're going to put in too many ways to mitigate that. Would still like the idea of a lantern made of a jar of fireflies for druid wood elves. It's not a bad idea. Jasmine said it'll look cute. There you go. What about a spirit flare that creates a glowing path to your corpse? No. Glowing paths. Ugh. John, you know better than that. Can a necro raise your dead mount / pack animal? Griffin asked. Griffin, you know what? Someone in the early days, if you scroll back far enough in our Discord, if you scroll back far enough in our, I think is it the community? Let me look. Yeah, I think it was in the community content. Someone, I don't know who it was. I don't know, was it Nicodemus or was it somebody else? Somebody drew, and if you're out there, be sure to claim it. We were talking about the whole idea that your mount or your pack animal can die. And then we started joking about that very thing, that a necro could temporarily raise your animal and it would be able to go for a while before it falls back down dead again. And someone actually drew a necromancer with a wagon and horses that was like the mount resurrection, like tow truck concept. Then they wanted to just go around with their necromancer and res people's animals for them. And then somebody was joking about, would your undead mount look like a skeleton? And it's like, damn, that would be too cool though. People would be doing it on purpose. AAA for resing mounts. Exactly, Fielder. Kind-hearted necro. What is this crap? No, our necromancers, they range from your standard sort of creepy, evil, cloaked molesters of the dead to your more benign, science-y kind of, right? Like, I mean, you know, is a necromancer really that much different from like a why'd you stop? Necromancer really that much different from like a surgeon in the 1800s? Geeseboing, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm Googling that word right now. What in the world? Interesting. Was not familiar with that. It's a character from book. I've now got those books up on another tab. Thank you for the recommendation. I'm assuming you're recommending them. Greasepoint. I thought it was Geeseboing at first. Hey, Maylist. Very much teen books? Oh, it's already up. Oh, you know what? While we're screwing around here, and by we, I mean me, while I'm not doing some of the work that I should be doing, let me test something. Okay, so let me get my guy here. Do I have the abilities? I've got all the abilities. Do I have any baits? SI grub 20. Okay, now I've got bait. I don't know if we fixed this. We've had some trouble with. Oops. Do I not have a pole? Should have. This character's inventory is such a cluster. Greaseboing, see you. Thank you for stopping by. Tadris, thank you for the follow. What are you saying, Dargith? I'm scrolling up. Wonder what Sean's productivity velocity is while streaming. Obviously not high. Meanwhile, Nick resolved like 170 tickets last night. I woke up this morning because I need to at some point just set a filter on my inbox for all of the GitHub stuff. But I woke up and it was just like my inbox was nothing but resolved issues in GitHub. Be cool to have a religion and faction to play a role in services like summoning corpses, etc. Yep, there he is. There might be such a thing. Oops, that wasn't intended. Unity, thank you. Okay, so we're good here. So since this works, let me try something here. Alchemy is not in. Let me go to... Zone fishing. Okay. And I am not going to... Is alcoholism in? The placeholder might be in. Like the placeholder sort of, the code might be in, but it actually doing anything is probably not in. Let me see. No, okay. Tadris, no plans for item durability. But there may be some durability component to some of the stuff that you make, like ships and stuff like that. We'll see. Zone fishing. I don't want to show you this table because I don't want to spoil it for you. Night Harbor. Duplicate row with keys, volume, ID, and then ID. I see what's going on. Volume ID 2. And what's a cool item that we can fish up? Some raw elf meat. All right, let's do that. Probability, we'll do 100% for the test. I don't know if non-fish matters. I don't think it does. Okay, so now we've got a volume 2 that we can use. Oh man, this sailor is sad. I did, I just said royal meat. Okay, so let's try something out. Will there be the ability for non-casters to use scrolls where they disappear after scrolls cast, assuming a high enough comprehension level is achieved? You mean like basically usable scrolls, like D&D style? I'd like to talk to the guys about that. I think that, so the concern with those is always like, how do you balance them in a way where they don't invalidate the class, but they're fun, right? Like potions and scrolls and wands and stuff. Nice one, guys. Station Control said, I really enjoyed how Velius was calibrated. What goes into calibrating the pace of a game when it has been scaled via expansion, mob hit point increase, etc. To be honest, during that period of time, it was just kind of like, lick your finger, put it in the air. That's why you saw like such dramatic increases in power and stuff during the sort of the stair step from classic to Kunark to Velius. Safe word was pineapple. Charges and potions and scrolls are possible. You just have to make them either absurdly rare, absurdly expensive, or both. Yeah. So if you guys are newer here and you're not aware of them, if you want to hear some of the stories about like older EQ or whatever, check that link to the Loving Robot YouTube. I've got about 50, 60 hours of interviews with different designers and programmers and stuff like that. All right, so let's go over to the volume tool. Night Harbor. Plug yourself much? Of course. I gotta make that fat YouTube money, dog. How do you even set that up? Wait, no, I don't. No, I don't. I forgot. The German government will come after me. I'm glad that's never been set up either. I just heard an ear slam against my window. Was? Was hat gesagt? Geld? YouTube Geld? Taxes are scheiße. Gladius said, okay, just subscribe to your YouTube channel. Remember playing Kunark, Velius, etc. when they first came out decades ago. Nice. And thank you. Why are safe words always related to food? So you don't forget. Because, usually when you're, duct taped to the ceiling with paintbrushes in your mouth, you're probably hungry as well. Atomic Rooster, nope, I was never able to interview Brad. I just started the interview thing a few years ago. create new. Fishing volume in volume test. 10. You guys are wild. Wild. You're wild. Pineapple, pepperoni, peppers, hot, top tier pizza, sweet, savory, salty, spicy. So the other night, had a craving for anchovy and pineapple. It was delicious. It was really delicious. And then it wasn't anymore. Then I was over it. That's what I asked Jasmine when she made... Your mix was a little weird. Is that available in Germany? Yes, first. How do you think I got it? They put some weird shit on pizzas in Germany. No, we've got Hawaii pizza in America, Jasmine. Sauerkraut? There's probably a pizza with sauerkraut on it somewhere. I forgot. Is there a tuna pizza in the US? Do we have tuna on pizza in the US much? Because they do tuna over here like it's no big deal, and I was just like, apparently chat does not agree with you, Jasmine.
What's wrong with you?
Keep it coming, guys. Let her know what's up.
What?
This is the biggest reaction I've seen in chat all night. Oh man. Breakfast pizza is amazeballs. I've had salmon, Zealot says, but that was on top of one of those white sauce pizzas. Yes, and they've got that here a fair bit as well. Salmon and asparagus is a common one. Tuna pizza exists in Germany all over the place. Like it is one of their most common pizzas. If you were to go somewhere and it was like, hey, we've made 5 pizzas, you know, at the Imbus, the snack bar or whatever, and it's ready, you know, we've already got them made so you can just buy a slice or whatever, odds are one of them's going to be tuna. Tuna with onions. Yeah, so yeah, they're common pizzas. Salami, or as we would call it, pepperoni. Tuna. Hawaii, so they like Hawaii stuff over here because of the 80s. Yeah. Yeah, the normal one. You got a lot of vegans here, so definitely some vegan options. Pickles on pizza is underrated. ODE 562, they have it's called like a Denmark. It's like a Denmark hot dog pizza. So it's sliced bits of hot dog with fried onions and pickles, like relish and stuff on it.
Boiled egg and honey mustard.
Tuna, boiled egg, and honey mustard. That's right. That's what you had the other night. A little bit of onion. Yeah. And she let me take a bite, and yeah. Yeah, it was a crime. It was a crime in my mouth. She committed mouth crimes on me. I mean, it sounds delicious on something that's not pizza. Had a how do you say gyros? Yeah, gyro pizza a couple times, and that should be a default option. Yeah, over here though, they tend to call that gyros. would be like, would that be like donor?
No, you get kilos is weak and then tuna.
That's true. It's
Yeah,
the
to
same
be
thing.
honest.
And then you can get a donor like a Rolo or the what's the other one? The burrito.
Or
No.
no.
Yeah. So basically but there are a couple good Mexican places not here in Hamburg. Was that? No, it's not fresh tuna, canned tuna. It's even worse. Nathan Napalm, thank you for the follow, sir. The Real Doma, thank you for the follow. Tadris, if I didn't say it 15 minutes ago, thank you. If I did, I thank you twice. Can we get a slash pizza in M&M? Maybe if we make the big time at some point, we can start getting some slash food sources and stuff in here. 10 tuna confirmed, seen the B-22s. Oh, good luck. We're already spread thin. We do bacon. Bacon on pizza is good. I'm scrolling up. Saw that in Japan. Oh, and there was the original 10 versus Mahi Mahi. Okay, so 25 minutes later, I've placed a volume. Everybody else is making characters, painting dope ass stuff, doing a few textures. I'm putting raw elf meat in the water over the course of an hour. Let's see. All right, so we've got this new volume in. So what I'm actually wanting to try here, is anybody in here with me? Will they get bummed out if I time set 7 a.m. just so I can see? Reload zone. DDJ, I'm a people person. I'm a people person. When swimming, I saw no sharks or water life. Will there be eventually? Tupac, there will be. Now, Echo. We'll have no cucking talk in here. This is a cuck-free zone. Also, leave poor Will Smith alone. He's got it rough enough, buddy. Let's not get too wild in here, guys. Oh, Rediker. Confession through projection, Rediker. Keep Will Smith's name out of your... Oh, I love it. What? What? We weren't the one bringing up mouse crime. Well, okay, you have a point. This is a do as I say, not as I do zone. All right, so pineapple, pineapple, guys, pineapple. We had an agreement. All right, Jasmine, you've caused enough chaos. We need a pineapple emoji. Nas just posted a pineapple sitting on a pizza. I think we're covered. We do need a pineapple emoji though, Zukin. I want some of our emojis from here in Slack as well. That'd be cool. All right, let me see. That's a fair point about the tuna melts. Let's see. Caught a fish. Alright, so we're still getting that. Don't get me wrong, tuna melts are also disgusting. Oh, how dare you. Dargit said, I, for one, appreciate the chaotic pot-stirring quality Jasmine brought to today's stream. Oh, Shiza indeed. Okay, so let's try something different here. Let's see, does it need to be... You encountered an evil creature in the park at night? It was cool? In game or in real life? Dreadnought, thank you for the follow 6 minutes ago. Apologies for not hitting that sooner. In game, okay, good. I was worried about you. I was getting worried about you. Alright, so let's make this one. What? It won't let me. Okay, I'll make this 3. Make this 2. What? Oh, quit yelling at me, database. Okay. Let's try it this way. What's up, Isan? Said we got a brand new college student in this house. Woot woot. Nice. Congrats, buddy. I assume you're talking about you. Isan, you're talking about you, right? So, yeah, it's my beep. Sorry, guys. I've got stuff going on the other monitor that I didn't want to show you because I don't want to potentially show you any little spoilers or whatever. But to answer Dargit's question, which is a legitimate work-related question, you did say scholar shit, huh? Isan, what are you up to? I'm just doing some scholar shit. Just doing the shit that scholars do. Shannon Day said, I accidentally stuck my nose in a cave of cultists and they put me in my place for sure. Good. So Dargith asks, so with these fishing volumes, does that mean you'll only be able to fish in very specific spots and not anywhere else? and not anywhere there's a significant body of water. No. So what I'm trying to test right now is we've got this set up so if you look, Night Harbor has got Night Harbor's got fishing, like basically this water or this blue volume is a fishing volume overlaid over top of our water volume. If you look here, there's another volume, it's separate. So here, look, I'll click, and if you, let me see if you can actually see it on the right side of my screen. Yeah, you can. So if I click here, it's fishing Night Harbor, harbor side. If I click here, it's Night Harbor estuary. And I think that's spelled wrong. I think it should, it's ESS, not EST, right? Let me look it up. No, it's EST. And then here it is the river. So those three volumes can provide different fish because one is saltwater, one is brackish saltwater mixing with freshwater, and then one is freshwater. So that gives us three big volumes that we can use. Make a wide left turn and turn it from estuary to an ossuary. I keep fishing up skulls. Which one is the best for hiding bodies? Asking for a friend? It's probably going to be over here because there's definitely some bodies being hidden. And so, yeah, in the ossuary. So that gives us the ability to define like broadly what can be fished. Now the thing that I'm experimenting with here is we have an assumption that this should work, but it may not. And I'll just have to get with Ali on that. And then so in theory, we can put a volume within a volume. And so what we could have is like that little spot where there's some reeds, right? So if we put some reeds in the water, we may find, no, I don't think it's working. So I'll have to get with Ollie and see. Wait, let me look at that table one more time. Where is my raw elf meat? Yeah, so it's one ahead. So basically what we want to be able to do next is we've got the fish that you'd be able to fish up here. But then say we want to, it's not hard to put just a different volume in here, I guess. But we could have some little channel fish in here. We can have, I think the example that I was given, when we were out in Sungreet Strand was like, maybe there's the story of the famous like fish that everybody's told their big fish tales about, that's been seen here but never caught, right? So yeah, that would be a fishing boss. Walter the Wide-Mouthed Bass, exactly, Oaknut. Will crabbing be a separate skill from fishing? Right now you just catch crabs while fishing. But who knows? Who knows what path will go down in the future. Water and swimming animations already look amazing. I legit felt anxiety, what lay below feeling, and noped out. I get freaked out all the time. What's up, Brent? John, pineapple. John, Rediker. Pineapple. For the love of God, pineapple guys. Varying the tables by time of day in those reeds hotspots would be cool with the day-night cycle. Absolute target? Absolutely. Yep. And so our volumes already support. Oh, you know what? I know what's going on. I think I know what's going on. Oh man, I was having so much fun bullshitting with you guys that I forgot a step. I'm excited again because maybe, just maybe, I can fix this. Nope, I did reload the zone. But what I forgot. So this part I can show you. So our volumes already support active on conditions. And so something like day, night, or we can fire up specific times, or later on when we've got lunar cycle, all that stuff will plug in because it'll just be conditions that were, you know, blood moon, whatever it is. We can have a condition that then is activated, basically activates this volume, right? So all the more reason to have dawn and dusk periods when fishing yields should peak. We should ask those as normal conditions. Fair point. All right, so we'll duplicate. We'll do this. Oops, and we'll actually... Oh, did I not hit refresh? Hold on one second. I'm being a dummy. Oh my god, just stop. It is 511, right? 511 Night Harbor. Fishing volumes, fishing, component, duplicate row with keys. Oh, that's what. Whatever, dude. Cool. All right, and then 2. Ba-ba-ba. Doing a dumb. Had fun in stress test. Looking forward to some more. Planet 65, I'm glad to hear that. Alright, now let's go back and fix these fishing tables. Zone fishing. Pre-soul, I'm never going to be as fancy as you. I just gotta face facts. I'm never going to be as fancy as you. All right, let's reload again and see if this works. When was the last time I flipped a table? Man. Breaker says, I have 3 more days of employment left. Is anyone hiring for LMS manager role? You can ask on Discord. Oaknut says, will my character be able to transport carts upon carts of nitrogen-rich fertilizer into a lake, causing an algal bloom that makes a massive oxygen depletion and die off all the fish for the rest of the year? It's feasible. Did not check during the network test, but will every NPC be attackable? Yeah, I don't think we have any unattackable NPCs. Is it possible in Unity to make any zones that have seasons? It is possible. %1 chance with fishing, summon cramped people to fight you. Might be doable with our current system. Sea charts, yeah. We're that kind of place. When will sandworms be in game? I'm not allowed to tell. I'm going to have Underwater Zone, Boss, a la Kedge Keep, and Eminem. Oh, you know we got to. We know how much everybody loves Kedge. I'm too busy to do that. Brent, dispelling mobs and dispel traps. Yeah, they're a must. Let's see. Can it not be 100%? Animal paintings on tavern walls, occasionally. Some dogs playing poker. Pool. Alright, that's not what I'm wanting to catch, guys. Alright, so then the question becomes... Hey, two trolls. We take this ID. Is Shira playing poker? I think we joked about that one, didn't we? We make this 2. Leave that 2. We'll make these 3. Okay, we'll update the volume component. We've just got to go find which volume is Night Harbor's harbor. Harborside, it is volume 481. Okay. Hopefully I'm not screwing somebody up. I'm probably screwing up Stab, but we'll see. Dude, giant shark and the giant shark that always stays just out of sight would be nice. Okay. Let's try this again. Absolute target? Probably not. Yeah, Zukin, it's going to be terrifying, I think. Zukin would say, I wonder how cool something swimming in the water will look with our water material. Yeah, caught a fish, grouper. I'm not seeing any elf meat show up. So I've got the feeling that this has been, it's been a bust. It's been a bust. So I'll set this back to 1. Keep this at 2. I'll get with Ollie. Let me reset the fishing table really quick. And then I'll get with Ollie on this. But it's not critical. He's got so much more important stuff on his plate. But we'll keep this volume in here just as a reminder here. Now, I mean, things I could do, I guess, is play with its position. But I don't want to reload the zone a ton for this since folks are in here working. Imagine standing there fishing and then a dark shadow passes under you. Whoa. No thanks. QNZL? Stress test went really well. Went really well. We were happy with it. Those of you that haven't... Ollie is okay since the test. I don't know if Nathan's still out there, but this just reminded me. The dwarf cannonball off the dock, as soon as you said, like, I gotta try this and went running for the dock, I was like, he's going to flip off the dock. into the water, isn't he? Did you send Ali a time conversion chart? Oh, so what wound up happening was when Ali went to bed, he was super tired. And we we're gonna leave the server up for like another fair bit, right? Like basically he typed in 150 seconds instead of 150 minutes on the shutdown, and so it didn't stay up as late as we thought it would be. It was a tease. I apologize. I apologize on behalf of Ali's everywhere. And you're right, first. This does look like I would imagine someone's house in Arizona. Dobbs, I'll let them speak to that. Let the tech guys speak to that. Three cheers for Ali. Yeah, this time it was only one. It was only one server. Nicodemus, we only had one server this time for this test. No, the server didn't drop. It did not drop unintentionally. We did drop it once to push some changes, but we haven't had a we didn't have a server crash. Dob said, Robot, another question. I've been here on stream for a fairly long while, and I've never heard or been unlucky, I guess. You discussing class design, spells and abilities. Is that something you keep under wraps, or? No, we discuss it usually, if Nick's around, we can get some questions answered pretty quickly. If you get onto Discord, there's a fair bit of discussion. Just a lot of times if there's specifics that come up or whatever, I'd just direct you to either ask Nick when he's on or get onto Discord and check out the conversation there. Because there are certain things where with classes where I'm like, oh yeah, it'd be cool if this, or hey, what if we had some abilities that did that or whatever, but Nick's handling all of the implementation, working through the design of that stuff, and I think that's one of those areas too where when you look at some of those conversations, it really shows the depth and breadth of knowledge in that area, right? So I think that's one when you guys come in here and you're just like, hey, why did you make dwarves a wizard or whatever? That's some stuff that I can talk through or whatever. But then when you're talking about like specific detailed like theory crafting or feel or whatever, then those conversations usually happen in Discord. A big part of it's just the schedule as well. Like Nick's usually at work when I'm streaming, so it's a little bit harder to have him on as frequently as in the past. And if you search Discord, then you'll get I think you'll get a number of answers as well. So you're the one responsible for letting wizards wear swords. Good job. Tadris, I think that was like Tolkien and Peter Jackson, but we know a good idea when we see it. Will the Ixar be in game? There will be at some point, very likely. If Zukin ever quits the team, the following day we will announce all of the cool lizard races that will be going into the game. Actually, that may backfire on us. Zukin wants a lizard. Zukin wants a lizard so bad he'll be like, I'm out of here. So Zukin is such a diehard Ixar / lizard fan that we'll probably have, when the time comes, the best playable lizard race that's ever been in a game. But you gotta understand, you don't have to campaign him. He's legitimately. Have you not seen some of the concepts that we've posted in the past? Nathan, you gotta check the updates, the older updates. There's some concepts that they've been working on. Rizukin, are you still there? Did you quit? Hopefully you didn't quit. I would really those are Zukin, those are the ones that we put in the update, right? So I'd really like to have a lizard, amphibian, swampy, like entire module that we release. That'd be a lot of fun. So that you've got a variety of different lizards and turtles and frog dudes and all sorts of stuff in that area, even if they're not all playable immediately. You're gonna have Monster Energy drinks in game to help with being tired? No. It'd be really cool if we could get a special flavor made and put on our shop though, our merch shop. That'd be cool. Nathan found it. Let's see. $33? These guys are sketchy. Sketchy. Sketchy dudes. Sketchy. But we'll talk about them some other time. Just give us time. Give us your time and your patience, and we'll make some stuff for you. Lizard people. What is it? It's the goldfish on the Wi-Fi house. Lizard people? Yeah. Aramisk, we try. Will there be a monk class for the lizards also? Probably, if I had to guess. How do you feel about the recent announcements regarding a few indie MMOs discontinuing development and or Pantheon status? I mean, the usual answer applies with regards to Pantheon. The guys I've met from there, especially Chris, like, I really like. I wish those guys all the luck in the world, and you know, all the best in the world, and all the good things in the world. It's a challenging industry, and they're in a challenging situation because they've got a hell of a history, you know. So yeah, the usual answer on that one. Wish them the best. That reminds me, there was a don't know. When I read the announcement, Nick had linked it, and when I read it, it was a pretty big bummer. And I wanted to. I do want to address it, but I want to make sure that I address it the right way. But let me see. I'll hit it here, and because some of you may have seen it in other places, so let me tackle it. I always feel I want to make sure that I don't do things in a weird way, or say it the wrong way, or be flippant or whatever. So Nick had actually on Sunday linked this about Project Gorgon, which is actually, we talk about Project Gorgon a fair bit in here. Like we're fans of indie MMOs, right? Anybody that's working on games and people that I feel are doing things in good faith or to the best of their ability or whatever. I know everybody, different people have different opinions on different games about their status, or are they scam or blah, blah, or whatever. And, whether that be like some Web3 game or anything else. But for the most part, if I feel like people are doing things in good faith and trying to make something, then I realize it's a tough industry, and it's hard to be successful in creative industries, and games are very hard, and MMOs are even harder. So when indie teams are working on them, it's, they're attempting an interesting challenge. So anyway, back to this. We've talked about Project Gorgon a fair bit when people talk about interesting MMOs or indie MMOs I've played since I came back to playing like EQ and when we started to stream. And Gorgon is one that I refer to a lot just because I thought it was a really cool experience when we got in and played. Yeah, and so they have this announcement that they made this week, and I'm gonna read the full thing, and just so I can state what they've got to say, and not deviate from it, or not like whatever. Anyways, I get on with it. So the post here from from this month. So he says, I've written a lot over the past few years about our development plans, about State Helm and orcs, about housing, about what comes next, and what we need to get us across the finish line. It's an uncomfortable position. We're so very close, but we're not there yet. So we just keep pushing. But life doesn't always make it easy to push. Today we need to share some bad news with you, and sorry, I'm looking at chat on occasion. I'm going to read the full thing, Zootastic, if that's what you're asking for. I'm not going to TLDR. You can be patient. And to talk about how that's going to affect game development. But first, I need to briefly fill in some history. In the past few years have been rough. 2020 was a bad year for a lot of people. The pandemic disrupted a lot of our systems, including mine. I have really bad ADHD, which makes it hard to buckle down and work hard over the years. I've created lots of tricks and techniques to get around the ADHD and get work done. I was really proud of myself for those tricks, but in 2020, when COVID hit and my family started getting sick, well, you know what 2020 was like. My mind trick stopped working on myself, and Sandra wasn't herself either. 2020 was a very low productivity year in terms of new development. Then 2021 came along and was even worse. Sandra's health declined rapidly. She would eventually be diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. The only bright spot in development was Nick, the programming contractor we found. He was amazing to work with, leaving me to focus more on design while he did the hard work. He helped make 2022 development more productive than 21, bringing the UI and interface up to a higher bar, but there wasn't a ton of new game content that year either. In terms of productivity, 2023 has been better. Sandra is still dying of cancer, sure, but she's been able to work more of the time, and so have I. However, the second half of the year, we've run into a new problem. We've run out of cash. In the past, when money was tight, Sandra and I would stop paying ourselves from the company funds and survive off of savings. But there's no more savings. Cancer is stupid expensive, even with health insurance. At the same time, money from the game has slowly dwindled over the past 3 years, owing in part to the lack of new game content. Our big sale this summer was a lot of fun, but it didn't hit the goal we needed to keep on going. At this point, we're out of money to pay for full-time development. This doesn't mean the game is shutting down. Thanks to the influx of VIP money, we can afford to keep the game running indefinitely with basic support and bug fixes or bug fix updates. But we no longer have any full-time employees, and our part-timers have reduced hours. This means that right now we won't be able to devote significant time to developing major new content or features. Instead, we're switching to part-time development while we regroup, save up some money, and figure out the best way forward. We aren't pausing development. We have a brand new dungeon that we've just launched, and we're going to support the dungeon with fixes and improvements. We also have seasonal content and events planned through the end of the year. Next year, we'll see where the finances are and look at our options. In the longer term, yeah, this could be the end of Project Gorgon, but not necessarily. Our player base is cyclical, which is something I've always liked and encouraged due to our extremely long development time. Our players get bored and wander off for a year or two, then come back and get involved again. That's why we've just launched a new mega dungeon and level cap increase to give returning players something meaty to sink their teeth into. My hope is that we'll see an uptick in VIP memberships. I really wouldn't take a lot more VIP. It really wouldn't take a lot more VIPs, so let's continue developing in some form. In the meantime, we'll keep the servers running and smaller updates coming. So we'll see. We haven't given up yet, but if this is the end, I want to say how sorry I am that I couldn't complete the game I promised. And how grateful I am that you supported us all these years. Thank you. I will never forget what you've done for us, Eric. So, yeah, that's a tough one. So if you haven't checked out Project Gorgon, I will say that it's super quirky. We had a lot of fun hopping in and checking out. I had more fun on their tutorial island than I had in a long time, right? And it was just like little weird stuff that they did was a lot of fun. We played it on stream for a few nights, and it was a blast. Like, we ran around because I had no experience with it. And when we ran around, it was just like constantly discovering something new and interesting. And yeah, I think if you approach it as the game that it is, it's a game that was made for the most part, if I'm not mistaken, by, you know, two people who really, it's a huge passion project, right? Like, both Eric and Sandra are industry veterans, and they wanted to make this interesting thing, and they have like really just been grinding on it, and you know, as they mentioned, employing people when they could, and have run into a really shitty circumstance beyond their control. Nick linked the Project Gorgon website in there. So it's that time of year anyway, right? Like, people come in here a lot and they're like, hey, how can I support you? And all that stuff. And we appreciate it a ton. Everybody that comes in and wants to, like, oh man, we'd love to support you right now, or take my money, or all that stuff. We're not at a point where we're comfortable with that. We're, you know, until the team says otherwise, we're comfortable with the approach that we're taking, you know, and we're working the way that we're working. And so if you've got that, like, $10 or whatever, if you've got that desire to help an indie team, then I don't know, like, help us with some good karma by doing something good for somebody else, I guess. Maybe something like that, right? We're coming up on the holiday season. They're in a very unfortunate, very shitty situation. And so I'd say, you know, do something good for somebody else would be a good gift for us. And then, you know, when we get to a point where we're ready to take some cash or whatever, then, you know, karma will pay it forward, and you'll have had some time to save up your cash and you know, put it out there again. But the game that we played when we played it was very much a passion project, you could tell, and you could see the imperfections and you could see some of the challenges they were running into in different areas, but you could definitely tell that people that cared about making a cool and interesting and unique experience for people were, you know, were investing a lot of themselves into doing that. And I have to assume the likelihood, sort of the highest likelihood, the vast likelihood, however you say that, the likelihood is looking at where both of them came from and what they've done in their career, etc. They could be doing, you know, something else and making more money. So, right, a lot of times I think people think that you get into games to make money, or you do an indie game to make money or whatever, and that's kind of like you're just kind of working down the money tree or whatever, not up when you do that. Like folks that want to make money often shouldn't get into games. You can make more money making software at some other company, right? Like doing banking software or some shit, and it's a lot more stable. So a lot of times the people that are dealing with the nonsense and you know, different sort of suppositions or accusations or whatever, it's not the case, man. It's, you know, sometimes the money is really good in this industry, I'm not going to bullshit, and then a lot of the times it's just not. And then when you do something like these two have done, which is like take it upon themselves to make a company and make a game, then you can tell that's really a passion thing. So definitely check it out. If you want to read this forum post, you can find it here. They've got links to their Discord and stuff from there. I've been really bad about finding the time to play some of the games I want to play. So we'll see. I don't know that I'll get in, or maybe we'll get in and play, but at a minimum, I'll definitely be, you know, hitting their shop and donate button and trying it out. So if you haven't tried it, definitely try it. If you just want to do something nice, on occasion I'll see somebody that runs into a situation or whatever, and you know, I'll just go to Steam and I'll buy that game just because I want to help them out, even if I'm never going to play the game. So put that out there for you. Zootastic said, it is really good. My studio pulled down $3 billion over 4 years. Do you work at a very big studio, or are you saying that you're a billionaire? Because if you're a billionaire, then there's a donate button, Zootastic. Retired, worked for EA. Fair enough. I figured that was probably more likely, because if you're flexing $3 billion, I was like, all right, problem solved. And no, your stock is done okay. Yep, I bet. So, anyways, guys, that's that. Will races spawn in Night Harbor, or will their original spawn be moved later? We'll have to discuss how we want to handle overtime. As more cities come online and stuff. Yeah, if somebody's got an update, if you've got a link to the Pantheon update, you can feel free to share it in here, and then we can move on from the topic. You guys got plenty of places where you can discuss that. Dargit said, not gonna lie, the amount of Pantheon conversation, chat, and Discord is starting to get really tiring. I mean, it's just, I understand people want to talk about it. It's just, I don't know, maybe we need a separate from general channel for people to go complain about other games. Positivity, guys. We'd prefer if you spend all your time talking about how much you love us instead of talking about how much you don't like somebody else or what they did or what they said or what they're wearing. Just talk about how much you like us, guys. Not that we're needy, but, you know, if you want to spend all of your time talking about us, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, you don't have to, but if you did, it'd be cool if you did. Yeah, Dargus said, I'm not needy. I just need constant validation from everyone. Dude, that is me though. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing the city from above makes me realize how little I saw of it in the test. Yeah, that's good. That gives you more shit to do next time you're in. In the meantime, we're gonna keep adding stuff to the city to kill you. Or also entertain you. What tool app is this you're using to edit? Unity? It's Unity, but this is our... We've added tools within Unity to help us basically interface with our database. Oh no, what did I do? Was that not? I guess we'll see soon. Was an engineer, had to write a lot of the tools to generate content, mostly Linux shell scripts. Which EA studio did you work at? Their run said, I've got to run to work. There's a statewide outage in Alabama for fiber. Got to go help track that down. As a former resident of Alabama, I wish you Godspeed. Let those folks get back on the internet. Oh yeah, John's in Alabama. Wait. John, I didn't think you were in Alabama anymore. I thought you were an Alabamian. Did I just mess that up? You're still there? I thought you were somewhere else. Bobster? Thank you for the follow. Do we have 2 people in Alabama now? Two people in Alabama, probably related. Man. Goblin, I don't know. Oh, that's right. You guys mentioned that. Man, that's so cool. Yeah, Nicodemus. I was looking up your town actually. Props to whoever did the music for Eminem. C Charts, that is our very own Robert. You can find the playlist right there on the link, and listen to it as much as you want. Excuse me. Let's see. Largest guild was only goblins. I think the only guild was only goblins. Nicodemus, I can hook you up separately. Zootastic said looks like a Vanguard city. Only fewer polys. Okay, what the hell happened here? This guy's path is all wackadoodle. Well, this doesn't make a damn bit of sense. I mean, it only makes sense if we were to move this here, which we can do for now, and then we'll come back in here offline and actually fix him up. NPC 479 he is definitely sus. I can't tell if I just did that to him, but I don't think I did. I'm gonna come in and clean up some of these guys that just have sort of like this right here. No, that makes sense. That's fair. That's fair. Hey, he was going through tunnels. This other guy's a little wacky though. Yeah, this city does have a fair number of things going on in it. Speaking of hustling bustling, it is creeping up on 10:54. So I am going to... I'm going to wrap up here for this evening. I'm going to be back on Thursday. DC Raid Boss, if you come back on Thursday, I will tell you all about my hardware. Thanks, John. Sorry for forgetting where you were. For some reason, I thought you were in Mobile the whole time, and then... Or, no, I thought you started in Mobile and then went somewhere else, but... You guys up there in the civilized northern parts of Alabama, I will not forget. ChinnyD, thanks again for the cool video. Nathan, same goes out to you as well. The stream and the video, fantastic. Everybody else, if you've got videos like Nas, I didn't forget about your videos either. EQOA Nostalgia, also making videos that were looking good. If you got other ones, make sure we don't miss them. Post them in Discord. Tannhauser, see you. Mantis, see you. Tadris, good night. 2 Chains, you're welcome for the stream. KOS, thank you. You have a good one as well. Spamlings, will do. I'll have an alcohol-free one for you. It's a long story. Fielder, see ya. Brent, see ya. DDJ, see ya, buddy. Thank you. I'm going straight to bed after this. Yep, Presel. I know exactly how many days we got left, which means I need to be way more productive when I'm not on stream tomorrow. See ya, John. It's too late for pineapple tonight. Maybe tomorrow. Esan, congrats again, buddy. Siege Heart, how's my German? Nicht schlecht. Ich glaube, es kann besser sein, aber ich benutze es niemals. Wir sprechen nur Englisch hier zu Hause. Aber danke. Tschüss. Kalmathar. See ya. I just EQOA Nostalgia. I just see your comments. See, you didn't even prompt that. I was covering it. It's late. You know what I'm saying. Vanifac, sorry you missed it. Check the VOD. Yeah, you guys, you're allowed to make videos during the playtest, so have at it. Basava, Thank you. I'll see you on Thursday, maybe. Night Zukin. Night Aramisk. DC Raid Boss, good night. Later, Nicodemus. Risk 55, thank you. I'm working on it. I don't have a ton of words, but the words I have, I try to do well. Sometimes I can't speak English, let alone German. Bis später. Sea charts. Oder bis bald. Bis Donnerstag. Talet, you're very welcome. You have a great rest of your day. Alright guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for being here. I'll see you on Thursday. And I'm sure there'll be some new stuff. Maybe I'll have that fishing thing figured out by then. But maybe not. I don't know. See ya, Quixana. Bye everybody. See you on Thursday.